some Tim Holtz Distress inks for the front of my card to create a background, and I'm using 3 different colors. I added one of the extra light color just so that the 2 darker ones wouldn't overwhelm it, and then sprayed it with water. Next, I'm just smooshing it right through all of that really bright color, drying it off, and then dabbing it back in so that it gets more of a mottled and really cool background look until I like the way it looks. And at the very end, I smoosh it all together and pick up all the rest of the ink. Next, I'm going to take some water and I'm just going to flick a whole bunch of larger and smaller drops on there. I'm going to pick that water back up by dabbing it with a dry paper towel. And that, as you can see, yep, it leaves some kind of bleached out looking areas, which adds to the background texture. I really like that. And then next I'm going to create another card for that base because I messed up that card. It was a very messy process. So here I am just cutting that down by 1/4 of an inch on each side. And I cut it double on one side there, you can see, just because I wanted to keep intact the top of the piece of paper where I really liked the technique where it showed through. It just really caught my eye. Here I did the same thing on this green paper with some green colors, and I'm just using this punch to punch out these little leafy prawns, these little leafy kind of fern looking things, so that I can just put them on my card and just play around with it and see how I like the way they look. So now for the end, I'm going to put the card together, and I apologize that I know ahead of time my voiceover is going to be quite a bit quieter than this one, so I'll try not to speak too loud so you don't get blasted out of your little listening space there. I have a couple of strips I want to put on the inside just for an extra touch. These are the ones that I cut from the blue piece that I made. Just a little bit of color on the inside of the card. Oops. And then I have this piece of paper, which I did on, I think, another video. I wanted to say it was a live one, but I don't think so. And I want to make it really a different card. Now, it's not going to stand up nicely, but it's going to look really cool. I'm going to toggle this piece really crookedly this way. I'm going to try to keep all the tape in the center. And then I'm going to take the piece that we made together and I'm going to toggle it that way. Again, try and keep all the tape towards the middle. And it's going to give it a lot of dimension too. And then she's going to go in the center here. And I'm still going to use these, I call them ferns, these little vines here. And I think I will pop her up to make it easier to get those underneath of her. So cut these in a few different pieces. Peel all these off and then I'll add her to the middle. And this is going to be a matter of adding those little leaves wherever I think they look cool. I'm just using a little bit of liquid adhesive in here, and all I do is do Aleene's tack it over and over, or not over and over, Aleene's regular tacky glue in the brown bottle that you can get at any craft store. And then I'm just going to stick these on just intermittently through here, wherever I think they look cool. I mean, obviously, if I mail this or I give this, the envelope's going to be an awkward size, but I'm okay with that because I really like to be creative. I don't like to limit myself to just regular size cards. Get some coming down here. I tend to work in odds. A lot of artists do 3s, 5s, 7s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like it just needs another one somewhere. This looks good. I also pre-stamped and punched out a circle. Let's see if you can read that. It says, believe you can, and you're halfway there. So that's going to go up in the center because I don't want to get rid of all these whites. It's really, really important, in my opinion, to have a lot, not a lot, but definite white space when you make a layout or a card, because that really comes into play. So when that white pops through, especially when you've got other whites, it makes everything else just stand out that much more. So there you have it. That's the end of my card. I think it's really cute. I love this image. She is just one of the most incredible ones that Sherry Baldy has drawn thus far. And I want to remind you to keep an eye out, because in just a couple of days we'll be sharing some new release stamps that I had the privilege of being on a team to color for and design for. So there's a lot of really neat cards that I'll be coming out with in just the next couple of days. So stay tuned. And also, the code Your Special 50 will be in the description box. You can still go to her stores and get 50% off your complete order. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.